What's up, guys? Alex Venegas here with 41 Fit. And guys, I'm at home just doing some client work. And doing so got me thinking about something that happened over the weekend that I was kind of hesitant to share, but I figured why not? This might help somebody or might, someone may relate. So over the weekend, went to Rouse, quick little grocery trip, and picking up a few things. Doing so, I picked up this Jose Cuervo uh, bottle. Now it was on special, and on my way home, it got me thinking about something. And as a trainer, as a coach, one of the biggest excuses or reasons that I get from people of not being able to start their goals or even finish their goals is because they like to drink or they'll go out drinking. And now I will say, guys, this is just my opinion. You can do whatever you want. But when it comes to drinking, it's a lot of people's excuse, right? Now, I don't think there's nothing wrong with drinking. As you saw, I got the bottle. Now, I don't drink heavily. Now, I don't drink every weekend, and I just like to enjoy once in a while, right? And in moderation, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, right? Especially if you're trying to be fit and drink, it's nothing. It shouldn't affect you, right? Now, the reason it affects you is when you're drinking every single weekend and you're drinking to get fucked up, right? So for those people that use that as an excuse, I think at that point you gotta sit down and you gotta see what's more important, right? And whether it's more important to get fucked up 1 or 2 nights out of the weekend or feel like crap weekly, monthly or yearly, where you aren't happy with the way you look, you aren't happy with how you're, when the clothes that you wear, how the way you want to wait, whatever it might be, what's more important, feeling that way or having 1 or 2 nights, right? Because if that's your excuse, guys, it shouldn't be that hard, right? Because you can cut it off, cut the drinking off for a few months, do it for 3 to 4 months, right? Get your shit together, get your ass in shape, and then you can go back, and then you can go and enjoy yourself. You can enjoy a drink. You can even celebrate that now you've got the body that you want, right? With drinking, and there's nothing wrong with that. But for other people, it may not be that easy, and this is why I made this video. For those people who it's a lot harder to just stop, it may not be just an excuse, guys. At that point, it may be a drinking problem. And I know, guys, like, that's not something everybody wants to hear. It sounds a little harsh, but it's true, right? Especially for men. I know, speaking for myself as a man, that's something we don't want to hear. It's a huge ego breaker, right? We don't want to have drinking problems. We're men, right? But drinking problem doesn't always have to be at a large scale, right? When you think of drinking problem, you think you're an alcoholic, or you're thinking people who are homeless who just gave up everything for alcohol, right? And that's not always the case. Drinking problem could be at a smaller scale. You can have your shit together, you can have a nice car, nice job, and still have a drinking problem, right? It all comes down to whether can you stop, can you walk away from it, and when it comes to training, you again, guys, you don't have to completely stop. You can just take a few months off, take 3 to 4 months off, get your shit, get in shape, and then go back, right? So it's not like you stopped. Alcohol is not going anywhere. It's gonna be there every single year. Just like holidays and every event that you drink at, it will be there every single year. Every year, the same holidays repeat. You can go buy the same alcohol and celebrate the same way. Just take a few months off and get your shit together, right? So it's not that hard. But for some other people, it is. And for those, that may be that drinking problem. Because if you can't stop to improve your life and something that you yearly feel guilty about your body, about not being able to wear the bikini or be able to take your shirt off at the beach, not feel comfortable with yourself, not have confidence in yourself, like, it shouldn't be that hard to make a decision. Like, you can take a few months off drinking to achieve that, and when you do, go back. But for those people that can't, that's where it becomes a problem. And guys, I know that. And I can sit here and tell you that because I've experienced it. I had a drinking problem at one point, right? And before I became a trainer, before wanting to become a trainer, when I started working out, one of my main goals was just to build some muscle. My skinny ass just wanted to build some muscle. And I got the supplements. I trained weekly, 1 to 2 hours a day, But on the weekends, I would go out and get fucked up. Friday, Saturday, just go out, drink, and get fucked up with my friends. Right? Every weekend, it becomes this cycle. And yes, even though you're putting in work in the week, just by drinking over the weekend, that's gonna set you back that whole week that you put in work. So I was noticing I was not putting on muscle. It was, I was putting minimal muscle on, and it was just very delayed, and I was still not happy. Monday through Friday, I felt shit. I felt like shit because I wasn't progressing and I wasn't looking the way I wanted to look. So, at that point, I had to kind of be honest with myself, and also realize how alcohol was affecting my life in other aspects. I was feeling like shit. I was looking like shit. I was spending money. I was wasting money. I didn't have my finances right. You know, and you would wonder why. Well, yeah, you're on the weekend. You're spending on, whether it's an Uber, you're spending on drinks at the bar, and all of this. It adds up, especially when it's every weekend. So, when it becomes a problem, you gotta be honest with yourself. And in doing so, which is the hardest part, at least admitting it. That's probably the hardest part, accepting it and knowing that there's a problem. But once you do so, guys, that's when things begin to change. That's when you can begin to either fix it yourself or ask for help. And again, no shame in asking for help, right? And once you do that, you can begin to improve, you can begin to fix the problem, and automatically you're going to begin to see your body change. Your skin's going to look better, you're going to feel better. And then on top of that, you're going to begin to get one step closer to achieving your goals. Get the body that you want, right? Look the way you want to look. Feel comfortable, wear what you want to wear. So once you got to take a break, and if it's a problem, you got to walk away from it and then see how it's affecting your life. And if you can't walk away with it, there's no excuse whether you have the nicest car or nicest home. If you can't walk away with it, it's a problem. Because guys, remember, alcohol is still poison. Alcohol affects your body. Yeah, you may, not feel, you may get over the hangover the next day. It may only last 1 or 2 days. But guess what? Your liver's still being affected by it every single weekend. You think your liver's gonna hold up on that? You think it's not affecting your brain? Every time you get fucked up, you black out. All of that affects your head and affects your body. And long-term wise, guys, it may not have instant effects on you, but long-term it will. So you have to evaluate, do you want that? Or do you want others? Do you want to feel confident? Do you want to look the way you want to look? Do you want to walk around with your shirt off? It's all about choices, guys. But I know for those people who it's a problem, it is harder. But I think the moment you begin to admit that there's a problem, it becomes easier. And that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to share because, in my opinion, again, alcohol should not be the reason why it's holding you back to achieving your goals. And if it is, it's okay. Admit that there's a problem, get some help, fix it, and move forward. Because you guys don't want to get trapped in that Ferris wheel cycle of just drinking and drinking. And yeah, guys, I know it's fun going out with your friends and all of this, but you got to walk away. Whether that's walking away from alcohol, walking away from your friends for a bit, you got to do it, and you got to evaluate what's more important. That or the way you feel, the way your goals, and what you actually want. And that's it, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, all I ask for you to share this with somebody, share with someone who's starting their goals, someone who's been struggling with their goals, or someone who you think may have a drinking problem, who may need to hear this message. Share with them, and hit the like button, guys. Comment below, and stay strong, stay driven, and keep striving. Deuces.